Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. All right, we got one heck of a good letter that came in today. It's a little long, so I'll read it fast because I got to have time to get in my comments on it. This comes from Freddie Federley, and he's from Switzerland. All right, great to hear from somebody from Switzerland, Fred. Glad you could write in. He starts off by saying, Dear Don, I am a PPGS golfer for 5 years living in Switzerland. I improved my golf considerably. However, I still suffer from inconsistencies. With enough training, I will certainly avoid them. My wife started as a beginner with golf lessons. As we do not have a PPGS golf pro, she takes lessons with an ordinary pro. I accompanied her to see how she is being taught. The pro has installed on the driving range a circle from metal which should represent the swing plane, which can be adjusted, on which the club should be swung back and forth. At this time, I remember that you were mentioning the same swing plane in the manual on page 45. That's the Peak Performance Golf Swing Foundations manual. I went to page 45 and I read everything, and Fred is right on, is what he's saying. There's a picture showing a line from your head down to the ball. Now, when he says from my head down to the ball, it's really, if the ball is with the ball there, the line is from the ball through my neck resting on my shoulders. Ben Hogan called it a pane of glass. You put a pane of glass over your shoulders, and that's your plane that your arms swing up and down on. But as you can see here, at address, as I swing back, until I get to about right here, the arm will not get on it. But from there on, the arm will stay on the plane here. Coming down the impact, they're down it all the way to about here. And then from here to there, they're off of it. Then it's on this side. We are the only swing that is, the arms are on the plane, on the back swing and the forward swing. If they're on the same plane, then we have an equal of what? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the plane is from the ball through the neck, resting on the shoulders, up through here, okay? Freddie goes on to say, I am wondering now why, on the other hand, you say on the same page that the club must be lifted vertically so it will cut the swing plane. Can you tell me why on one hand you are telling that the arms and the club are on the swing plane, and later that the club will cut through the swing plane? I don't believe I said the arms and the club are on the swing plane. The arms swing on the plane, the club goes through the plane because the club has to remain vertical. And why does it have to remain vertical? I'll explain that in a minute. What is the advantage of cutting the swing plane in the backswing? Is it not easier to swing back and forth on the same plane? I appreciate your answers to get more clarification. All right, now y'all going to have to imagine this. All right, what Freddie's saying is he wants me to keep the hands and the club together. If I do that, I'm getting rotational because the club is back here. The club will be back here on the same, so to speak, the same plane with the arms. Okay? Now, I'm going to put this stick in my hands, all right? And I want to show you something, all right? Now, they call me the two-planer because technically, when I swing the club and I come up here on plane, you see that right now? This stick is up the shaft, and look where, if I swing where Freddie's talking about, where the rotational swing says, they want you to start on the shaft plane, take it back on the shaft plane, and swing parallel to the shaft plane. So right off the bat, you can see that that stick is pointing outside of the mat here, which is way over the ball, way beyond the ball. They want the club here. This is a heavy golf club. That's a rotational swing. We want the club to stay light. The club has to be here to stay light. If I stand here and I open up both hands, you see that fell down and this is falling down, okay? The reason why the club has to go through the plane is because, number one, when we stand here and we swing our arms, they only swing in front of the body and they always stay perpendicular to the ground. And so that's the thing. So even when we bend over, we lose about 15 degrees from the hands. See here? And they go to about there. But when I swing the club back and up, that's still staying vertical. The club comes straight down. It is light. We want to swing in harmony with physics as we can maximize it on a vertical incline plane. The arms swing on the plane, but we control the rotations. We don't let it rotate as much as it would stay in the same harmony with the shaft. All right? We want the club to go upwards. It has to break through the plane to keep the palms perpendicular. So if you bend over, you stand up and you put the club in your hand. Here it is. It's not over there. But the arms do rotate as we come back. we have to control the rotations. And the way we control the rotations is we take it back in the catcher's mitt toe up and up the tree so it'll cross through the plane. And we come down to impact, it squares up because it always squares up in front of the body. You always can clap at 12 and 6 o'clock. It squares up, and then we swing into the forward mitt, toe up, and up the tree. So we control our rotations to have a square impact, which hits the ball solid and straight, and help you shoot those lower scores. So that's why you have to make the club cut through the plane. And one last point about that is when I cut through the plane, and I'm going to swing this club properly. As I come here and I cut up, where is the club running now? It's running my toe line, not way out there. Again, that's real heavy. This is real light. It's going to fall downward. Okay? So we're using gravity, and God created our bodies to swing in maximum harmony with gravity, even standing beside the ball and tilted at the waist into a dynamically balanced, athletically ready position. So it has to come in and cross the plane in that limited turn. Do that, you'll have a light club, and as I said earlier, you'll hit it more solid straight and longer and shoot those lower scores. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be speaking with you all again soon.